Hi guys, welcome back to Simple Bits for Living. Today I'm sharing a recipe for Nariyal Chutney or coconut chutney. This is how we make it in the islands. In Fiji, this is a popular condiment or side dish to Idlis, and I plan to make Idlis for Diwali from scratch for the first time. I've always used a premix, but I'm making it from scratch, and I wanted to make a side dish or a condiment that goes so well with it. Very popular in Fiji, very easy to make, and simply delicious. So you're gonna need coconut. I'm using fresh coconut here. You can use frozen pre-grated one, but I really like fresh in this recipe because there's not a lot of ingredients and you want the best ingredients. So I peeled the coconut, the brown part in the back. You're also going to need some cilantro, also known as coriander or dhania, some garlic, and I'm using roasted red chilies, but you can use fresh if you'd like. I'm also going to use some tamarind pulp. You can make your own store-bought. If you don't have tamarind, you can use lemon juice, and I'm using cumin or jeera. I like the taste of cumin in my chutney. Some people like to add mustard seeds. You're welcome to add it if you'd like. I personally don't like the bite of mustard seeds. And then of course you're going to need some curry leaves or karipilli or tejpatti, fresh if you can get it. We're going to start off by dry roasting the coconut chunks here. You're welcome to grind and then roast, but I prefer to do it this way because I feel like it reserves some of the moisture in the coconut, and you end up using less water when you're making the chutney. What ends up happening is when you roast it, the chutney sometimes becomes a little more dry, so you have to use water to bring the moisture back into it. However, if you do it this way, you do use some water when you grind it, but this uses a little bit less water in my opinion, but either way is fine. So I'm going to dry roast this for about 5 to 10 minutes. I have my flame on high, and you'll notice that after 5 minutes of roasting, there's going to be some char marks on this. It browns a little bit, and you want to flip it periodically to make sure that both sides get a little bit of brown. There's no rule of how much brownness you want. It's completely up to you. Just don't burn it too much. Don't leave it on there for too long. And you want to do this on high heat because the purpose of this is to get the brownness and the char in there on the coconut rather than drying out the coconut. So the higher the heat, the better. Once the coconuts have charred a little bit, you want to go ahead and add the garlic and the roasted pepper. I like to char my garlic a little bit too. And then I'm going to also add the cumin seeds. This is going to roast it, so when you grind it, there's a more deep flavor, and of course it brings out the flavors of the spices once you roast them. Then you're going to transfer this into a tray, let it cool down a little bit so you can handle it, and then we're going to go ahead and grind this. So I'm using a mini chopper here, but you can use a blender as well. I'm going to drop in all the roasted items, and then I'm going to add in some cilantro. I like to chop my cilantro. It makes blending it a little bit easier. And then the tamarind pulp as well. I first grind this a little bit and then I added salt, but you can add salt at this point if you want. You also want to taste this after you grind it a little bit. To make sure that you have enough salt, you have enough tamarind. Sometimes your tamarind isn't sour enough, sometimes it's a little too sour. So you want to make sure that you adjust the taste accordingly and according to how you like it. I start off by pulsing the mixer a little bit. If you have a high-powered mixer like a Vitamix or Blendtec, this is going to be a breeze, but with this chopper, I like to pulse it a few times and then just go ahead and blend it. Now you can make this as fine or as coarse as you like. Of course, it's personal preference. If you find that the mixture is a little too dry, go ahead and add water, and then just keep blending until it comes to the consistency you like. And once that's done, you can go ahead and dish this out into a bowl, and we have one more step before this is done. So next we're going to take a pan and we're going to do a tadka or choco this. So I'm taking a small pan and on high heat I'm melting some coconut oil. You can use any oil of your choice. Just make sure it's one that can get to smoking point. Then I'm going to add the cumin seeds and I'm going to break open one of the roasted peppers. And you want to get this a little brown, don't burn it, but a little brown, and then you're going to go in with the curry leaves. It's going to splutter, the cumin seeds splutter as well, but the tejpatti or karipilli or curry leaves, they splutter a lot, so just be careful, kind of step back if you're not used to doing this. They're going to get a little crispy, and that's it. You want to turn off the heat, make sure that it doesn't get too brown, and then you're going to take this over to your chutney and just pour it over. Now if you're making the chutney ahead of time, don't do the tadka, don't choco it at that time. Choco it right before you're going to serve it. You can make the chutney ahead of time and then right before you want to serve it, or the day you're going to serve it, just do the tadka or the choco it and pour the oils over it, and it'll be nice and good. It definitely tastes better the next day because the flavors have a chance to come together. It's a very delicious chutney. Do give it a try, and if you do, share with me what you think of it. Please comment, like, and share this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Until next time, happy Diwali you guys, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Happy cooking. Bye bye.